society that is becoming increasingly technologically advanced, the amount of personal privacy an individual has is deteriorating. Do you ever have the realization that you are constantly being watched and recorded? If so, you're not wrong. Biometrics are essentially an individual's biological measurements that allow them to be identified in some form or capacity. Some of the most common forms of biometrics include facial recognition and the fingerprint. There are two major modes of biometrics, the first being verification mode and the second being identification mode. Verification mode is very similar to a common password. Instead of typing in a numerical algorithm, your biological measurements act as an algorithm. Identification mode is recognition of an individual based on biometric information recorded and stored in a database. The government is notorious for using identification mode to help identify criminals, especially at places like the airport. It is also used to keep tabs on the whereabouts of the United States citizens. Advertisers are also starting to use verification mode to lure more and more people into their establishments. It is becoming increasingly normalized for companies to use CCTVs inside of stores to figure out the products that people gravitate towards. Unlike a password, your biological measurements are permanent. Once the government and advertisers get a hold of it, it is a major piece of your identity that is left to their disposal. Once the information is stored, it will stay stored in the database. Three major things to think about before signing up for something like biometrics would be 1, who is holding this information? 2, how tightly are they holding and securing this information? And 3, what are they doing with this information?